like you kind of portrayed it seems like such a small, it's just a driving license, it's just this, but it's always just like, it's kind of like the analogy of a frog sitting in a pot with water getting slowly turned up, and that is just, it's exactly where we're heading. And I think a lot, like, it's the awareness of it's growing. Like, there's so many people out there right now who never really would have paid attention politically, never would have really cared, who are looking around being like, wait, we're just seeing one freedom after the other stripped away. We're just seeing government powers just going through the roof with literally no accountability.
My thing is, I wouldn't be on a road where other people don't have their driving license, because I know how I drove as a learner driver. And so I'm thinking, if licenses can't weed out everyone who isn't doing the job properly, just like a vaccine passport is not going to guarantee that no one's going to get COVID, but it's ameliorating the situation. It's making it better. Less people are dying. You know, there's this new variant that supposedly is a lot more deadly than all the others, but we're not in a lockdown again. And I really do think that that's because of the vaccine and because less people are passing it to each other.
We're not in lockdown yet.
Like the next big variant that comes out, which the vaccine isn't effective against, I can guarantee you we are only ever one step away from another lockdown. That's what people need, like.
Yeah, can I ask what you guys think that a suitable level of control from the government is? Or are we thinking anarchy here?
This would actually be my last point, to be fair. So,
a
suitable level of control. So, you almost have to go back in history and look at kind of what this country has done from a principle perspective, right? So, the only time we have mandated vaccines previously, I think there may have been another time, but the first time we mandated them was in 1853. And basically, when they mandated them, it was for smallpox. And at the time, they said, okay, we're going to mandate them for a certain age group, and they were the vulnerable age group. So at that point, it was literally everyone who was like, I think they had to be vaccinated within the first 3 months after being born. Everyone born after a certain age. Now, even within that, right, in 1853, they worked in a clause into the law that said you could basically object on conscious grounds. And that's where you actually get the term conscious or subjective from. So now, I refuse to believe that we should be less free now than people in 1853.
No one's saying that you should.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the people who chose not to get the vaccine, right, for the smallpox vaccine, which was far more deadly and killed hundreds of millions of people. Right? Now, even if the government could then realize that there are certain people who are going to be against having certain things forced upon them by the government, right? The more liberty-minded people, more classical liberal-minded people, then I don't know why now they can say, all right, look, yes, we're gonna really push the vaccine. That's fine. I have no issue with people taking the vaccine. But people should have a route to at least say, listen, I object to this on these grounds, whether it be political, religious, health reasons, whatever it is. And they should not be forced to present paperwork to go into a nightclub and at some point to go into a supermarket, to go to the gym. That is basically my view, and that's why I think the government needs to toe a very careful line.